Hey guys, welcome back to Little Piece of Heaven Farm. I can tell we're back home now from our trip down to, what was it called, Southern Oregon RV Park. And we're going to do, I'll post that video of what we've done and our review of the park after I post this video. Today I'm heading out in the garden to see how the garden fared. We were gone for 4 days. I did give it a good soaking before I left, so let's see if it survived. And there's potatoes, doing pretty well. That's volunteered. That just means I must have missed a couple tubulars. Onions. Looks like the tomatoes are doing pretty well. Everything's nice and green, no wilting. That one there is a volunteer tomato. That there is Swiss chard gone wild. Went to seed, so I probably should get that out of there. Otherwise I'll have seeds dropping all over the place. And my kiwi's doing quite well. And right over here is my green beans. This one here is my volunteered, I think it's New Zealand spinach. It's doing quite well. Came up from seeds that self-seeded itself from last year's. Looks like that potato plant there is ready to harvest. It died back. These are volunteered tomatoes. I think these are the chocolate cherries. Self-seeded itself. Some more potatoes. Some squash coming up. Over here is my garlic. Looks like they're about ready to get harvested. Grapes are doing quite well. Some kind of a red currant right there. I forgot the name of it. There's some more of my tomatoes doing very well. So being gone those 4 days, no one here watering it, worked out all right. You know, I gave it a good soaking before I left. Temperatures were up in the 80s here. And some more potatoes. Of course, some weeds growing up amongst it. More potatoes. Some flowers. Well, that thing has gotten huge. Spinach. Spinach. Asparagus. They say you can only harvest it for a few times and then you gotta just let it grow so it could provide energy into the root system. Based on the size of these things, to me I could have harvested some of them earlier before I let it all go. But oh well, maybe next year you'll have an awesome harvest. It's growing quite well. And some of my red sail lettuce, some radishes, and there's potatoes there that need to get dug out. You know, being up in the 80s, obviously they're gonna bolt. I'm sure you could probably still eat it. Look at these. Look at the size of those radish. You know they're no good now. They're gonna taste like wood, eat like wood. So they kind of got away during that 4-day trip. Here's some more squash. If I remember right, these ones here are a sweetmeat squash, a winter squash, where I make pumpkin pie out of it. Even though it's not a pumpkin, it's a sweetmeat squash. But you can't tell the difference. And sweetmeat squash, in my opinion, is slightly sweeter, and the squash itself gets a lot bigger and has more meat in it. Of course, there's my grapes going wild. There it is everywhere in there, grapes. So what else? I really didn't plant a whole lot this year because we're going to be doing a lot of camping. There's some nasturtiums, which I call them the nasties. So let's go ahead and head into the greenhouse, and I'll show you the corn. My corn looked like it grew a little over a foot while I was gone. Yeah, close this gate. There you go. Yeah, there's the corn. There's a volunteer squash. Oh, it's a very big plant. I wonder what kind of... Maybe a crook neck, straight neck. Well, we'll find out once the squash forms on there. Pretty good sized flower on that. It's a volunteer squash, and the only squash I had planted over here was sweetmeat. And that doesn't look like a sweetmeat plant to me. Anyhow, corn's doing very well. So let's go ahead and pop in here in the greenhouse. See, everything survived in the greenhouse. I gave everything good soaking. Put water in the tray down below. Put these flowers down here on the floor underneath the table somewhat, so the sun's not beating on it while I was gone. Yeah, here's a peach tree that I grow in the greenhouse. Apparently when you grow in the greenhouse, I don't know, that's the way the leaves look. Maybe lacking some sort of fertilizer, I don't know. Or maybe it actually needs direct sun, not filtered sun through the greenhouse. There's my pineapples doing quite well. It's not a big one, but at least it looks like we might get a pineapple here. Coffee plant. Coffee plants in bloom. Camera would focus on it. So, yeah. Looks like going to be in full bloom here. Hopefully we'll get a bunch of coffee beans on it this year and try it out. Probably only produce a couple cups of coffee. Here's my blood orange. So far this year, there's only one. I had 5 earlier, and they dropped off before I went on the trip. So, but it is trying to bloom again. So hopefully I get a few more on there. Last year I had 4. I was hoping to double that. As you see, I got it in a much bigger pot. There's my banana plant. Oh yeah. Fuchsia. Fuchsia doesn't like it in the greenhouse. During the summer months I could see it just probably a little too warm for them. I'm gonna have to bring it outside somewhere. I don't know if it'll do any good. I mean, it's gonna be warm outside, if not warmer. I do have a fan in here blowing. Apple tree. There's no apples on it. Didn't even bloom this year. I brought it inside because the deer would eat on it, so it'll probably be blooming next year. Okay, let's see what else we got here. The geranium and begonias. They're doing quite well. Check out this plant. Full bloom. Looking good. This is the most bloom that I've ever had. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and head out here and see how the elderberries and the blueberries fared. Looks like I gotta fix a post here. Look, a couple of posts here broke. Yeah. Yeah, we have to take care of that. There's my marronberries. Need to get this place here area cleaned up. Getting some marronberries. There's one here I'll probably could eat. Very good. Blueberry plants. Lemon balm, that needs to get dug out. Next year I'll refurbish this bed here and put in some strawberries. There's some more blueberries. Look at those. Get those picked off in there. Let's see how they taste. Yeah, it's very good. I got a couple more. That's even better. A lot sweeter. Yeah, there's my elderberry plant. It's looking good. Silk tree. It's not blooming yet. Usually it doesn't bloom till about July. There is some flower buds right there. So let's go ahead and check out the chickens. They're all doing great. The water didn't go down much, which is good. Let's go ahead and get the block out of here. There they go. I put the block inside that bucket during the night so mice and rats can't get at it. You know, I've had people tell me I should have some bedding inside here, like wood chips and stuff like that. Well, the problem is that the chickens, see, I live on a slope here, so chickens will eventually have it all worked down there along the bottom. I mean, if we were flat and level, I could see how something like that might work. But seeing how I'm on a slope, it just, all the shavings and whatnot will just work its way down there at the bottom. It's a wildflower that grows in the Cascades around here. And this here is what's called a bottle brush. Pretty neat. More like a sprawling plant. Not much vertical to it. There's my hostas here in bloom. Variegated dogwood. Hydrangea. Well, anyhow, that'll do it for this quick little video. I just thought I'd show you how the plants fared while we were gone. No one around here to water the garden or the greenhouse plants. So give it a good soaking before you leave. Works out pretty well. Anyhow, thanks for stopping by, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.